Welcome guys. Hope you guys are having a great Saturday. We're here for a ATL Americas match between PsiX versus Scyth. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Anyhow, this is going to be week 1 of ATL Americas. We are back as the reigning defending champions of season 10. So we're looking to go back to back here and trying to defend our championship. It seems both players are, at least the first 2 players are in the chat. So they're about to set up the lobby. And if you guys don't know how the format works, it is a best of 5. It is a Pro League style, and this with the ace match. So both teams choose their 4 players, preferably their top 4 players in their clan. And if the score is tied 2-2 after the 4th match, it will both teams lead will be able to choose their ace player, and then they will play their ace match, and that'll determine the winner of the match. So yep, it should be good. First map is going to be on Backwater, and it's looking like both players are going to be playing as Terran. Yeah, so this should be started pretty soon. Thank you all for tuning in, and let me know if the stream has any problems or if I need to readjust my sound balance. Hopefully it's okay. So I think Scyth is pretty new to the Americas division. I didn't see them in the previous season. I might be mistaken, but it's always great to have a bunch of new, clans and new players, which with every passing season kind of change it up and stuff. So looks like both players are ready to go, I'm assuming. And yep, both players are ready. So here we go. Countdown has begun. Alright, so Backwater. This is actually going to be one of the maps that are this is going to be removed next season. Next season starts, I believe, on May 16th. Alright, here we go. Spawning at the top left, we have our red Terran player. Representing PsiX, it is Kuna Matata. And let me go ahead and actually link up the link. Alright, and here, spawning at the bottom right, we have our blue Protoss, no, not blue Protoss, blue Terran. Representing Scythe, it is End of Days. Alright, so as we all know,
game paused.
Looks like a pause from Kuna Matata. So right before the pause, as I was saying, this map is notorious with the Reaper jump area right here. So like how End of Days has started walling off, and similar to Kuna Matata, he's also walled off with a supply depot. So both players doing pretty much the same things. Looks like Kuna Matata just trying to fix his hotkeys, so no biggie there. And both players have opened up pretty much the same, except End of Days has got a fast 2 gas, while Kuna Matata is sticking with the 1 gas and racks. So it looks like End of Days is gonna go tech up to something maybe factory or starport based. We shall see in just a moment. In the meantime, Kuna Matata looks to be going for maybe a Reaper expand of some sort. We shall see. Now both players not electing to actually scout, which is pretty common. You know, in TVT, you usually just scout with your opening Reapers. So yeah, nothing too crazy there. Now End of Days getting his factory immediately. Now Kuna Matata also getting his factory immediately, but his second gate of course is late. He did go for a CC. So he's gonna have to make sure he defends against anything that End of Days throws at him. Now Reaper for Kuna Matata is hiding in the little, I guess, get a shade area, I would say. While End of Days is just gonna keep his Reaper at the ramp just in case Kuna Matata Reaper does go across the map. Now Tech Lab on the barracks does insinuate that he is gonna go ahead and switch that out with the starport. So probably looking at a Raven, maybe Banshee possibly. Oh my god, they actually bypass one another. This could actually turn out pretty awkward right here, as both players does not have anything at home to defend. Reapers in the bases on both sides, but looks like End of Days is not actually going to go into the main, while actually Cyclone does come out in time just for End of Days, so Reapers does get cleaned up. Now that's pretty huge because End of Days did not lose a single unit there, while Kuna Matata lost both Reapers and he expanded as well. So his early game is going to be pretty hard for him to defend against this. So he might actually want to, I don't know, maybe bunker up, or he might actually be forced to retreat into his main. Now, it looks like End of Days has not elected to actually move out yet. He's actually got Banshee out, so he's going to go ahead and wait for Cloak, which I like. Now, what does Kuna Matata has? Does he have any detection? So far, he is throwing down his turret, so actually nice timing there. He should be safe at the main at least. Natural does not have a turret yet, so that might be vulnerable at the natural, but it looks like End of Days gonna go ahead and head over to the main base of Kuna Matata there. Oh, actually we should actually have them use the WCS Game Heart overlay. Alright, so Banshee gonna go into Kuna Matata's base, immediately stopping the starport from being done. But not too much damage so far. I think he should be good. He has a turret on his natural, so doesn't look like this has paid off too much. And so I think this is actually pretty good for Kuna Matata so far. However, it looks like actually both players are pretty even. I mean, workers are 32-32. Army exactly 25-25. So I don't know. I still feel like they're pretty much even, despite the fact that End of Days, you know, went for a later command center. However, it looks like Kuna Matata might have the advantage in terms of the stem timing. He is going to get it away before End of Days. Although I think End of Days is just going to go mech. Yeah, he is got 2 factories, so he's definitely going to go mech. He's not going for any Marines in this. And this is going to be one of those games where it's going to be mech versus bow versus with tanks. And usually with the the player with the I guess the Marine, the Bow versus the Mech Army, they had to do damage with drops. And so Kuna Matata is going to go ahead and move out with his 2 medevacs and try to get something done. He might actually get the cancel on the dirt if he drops into the dirt, and it looks like he is. But it's going to be up to End of Days to actually respond in time. That's a lot of Cyclones, so hopefully this might be enough. But it looks like he's actually going to go ahead and target fire on the command center and boost out of there. So he does get the medevacs out with the cancel CC, and Kuna Matata gonna go ahead and start his command center. Gonna be about 50% done, but in the meantime, it looks like there was a Banshee, a harass. Let's see how many workers. Not too much done. So definitely favoring Kuna Matata there, although I think he still needs to get a little bit more done besides a cancel CC, because mech, if you let it build up, it's gonna pretty much destroy Marine tank. So you definitely want to, do a lot of damage here and there. Get, abuse the mobility of the medevacs. Now, End of Day is gonna go ahead and send out 4 Hellions. Does get spotted by the Marines, so this is gonna get shut down pretty quickly, forcing End of Days to retreat. And oh, we have a Doom drop here. And what does End of Days have in his main base? No turrets, no sensor towers, and no Vikings to patrol. So these turrets, it's gonna be pretty late. Oh no, actually Kuna Matata not gonna go ahead and drop. He's gonna just drop in the watchtower. That could have actually done a lot of damage here. So that was probably a missed opportunity there by Kuna Matata. But he might actually be able to siege here. He's gonna get the first siege up, but it's not gonna be in range of the production, so End of Days I think should be fine. Instead, Kuna Matata is gonna go ahead and try to position into the natural, a little bit indecisive. Oh, actually might do a Doom drop, but yeah, all the units are in the main, so that's probably not the best idea. And it looks like End of Days defending this against this Doom drop pretty well so far. Not taking much damage, but that does open up the third, and End of Days knows that he's immediately throwing turrets, knowing that that is probably the vulnerable area. But Kuna Matata is going to fly in with his medevacs before the turrets actually goes up. Okay, there I was about to say. He was like waiting there for a little while, and there we go. The drop goes, and that opens up the main to get dropped as well. And the Days have just so much Cyclone, gonna clean this up rather easily, and the main drop actually goes into the main base. How much SCVs will he get? So far is getting a lot of done. 24 SCVs going down already for End of Days. And I'll say that probably was the damage that Kuna Matata needed to get done. Ooh, actually would have been nice to get that last Cyclone, but it survives with 3 life. And Kuna Matata is up 130 to 77 supply. Workers up 62 to 36, and army as well 80 to 43, almost doubling his army army supply there of End of Days. End of Days is gonna go ahead and try to counter attack with this Liberator. No turrets here to defend against the Liberator, but I think he should be able to maybe stem some Marines over as soon as that Liberator is done. Now finally the sensor towers are up for End of Days, so drops into the main and the dirt is going to be much harder this time. Instead, Kuna Matata is going to have to go ahead and try to maybe contain a little bit, try to prolong the 4th. He already has his 4th command center down, so he's ahead economic wise. 4th CC has not yet started for End of Days. Now 1-1 for both players in terms of the upgrades, so pretty even there. Although 2 2-2 is about to be done for Kuna Matata. And looks like End of Days has yet to get a 2-2 upgrade yet, so that's actually going to be in favor of Kuna Matata there. Alright, so this little tank cyclone and tank marine thing going on here is like, you want to make sure that you get into position. It's all about positioning at this point, the tanks. Although Kuna Matata does have the Viking advantage, so that's going to be really helpful in these engagements, because Vikings give you the extra vision for the tanks, so you can inch them closer and closer. And if you don't have tanks, you can scan to at least, you know, kind of negate that, but eventually you run out of scans and you definitely need Vikings out. So it looks like Kuna Matata is trying to get into a position where, oh, actually he loses a few tanks and it gets picked off. Oh wow, the armor drone thingy. I forgot what's the name of the spell. Anti-armor missile. I think that's what it's called. All right, nice spread by End of Days here. Although there is no Vikings here, he can actually drop this, but Kuna Matata is going to go ahead and try to do a slow push. But little does he know that all the Vikings are gone. He could have actually dropped those Marines and Marauders on top of these army, but looks like a missed opportunity there. Anyhow, he is delaying. No, actually, End of Days finally gets his fourth. So nice on his part to secure that. Kuna Matata might actually want to go ahead and secure a fifth base pretty soon. Definitely want to stay ahead of the bases against a mech army there. Oh, but these doors, these 3 doors might actually be the difference. Doors are so tanky, and they can take up a lot of damage and do a lot of damage themselves. Oh, but there's actually not a lot of answer for these Liberators. These Liberators are going to get some tanks, and stem by Kuna Matata. He is going to go ahead and try to engage this. Oh, but there's a planetary fortress, so you can't really go in completely, as well as a tank positioning from End of Days. Oh man, these doors are so useful there. And oh my god, Kuna Matata might want to stem and try to repair by End of Days, but there's just too much firepower by Kuna Matata. He is going to go ahead and take down that fort, but there is an extra fourth base from End of Days. Nice thing about mech is that you don't really need to spend your minerals on armies, so you actually end up with a lot of minerals to just spam a lot of command centers. Oh, but Kuna Matata actually going to go ahead and retreat from these tanks. There's just too much tanks for Kuna Matata to handle. But he did a good job actually killing that fourth command center. At least he got some kind of trade going for him. And Kuna Matata still looking pretty strong at this point. Upgrades through 2-2-2 versus 2-1 of End of Days. So staying ahead in the upgrade. And actually taking a kind of a interesting fifth base there at the bottom left. Oh my god, is there actually no Vikings here to defend? Oh, looks like these Liberators are paying. Oh my god, he's actually gotta unsiege this and get out of the Liberator zone. And this is so funny. There's no Vikings here to defend against these Liberators, and he's just relying on turrets at this point. But until those turrets goes up, these Liberators are kill so much tanks here. How many tanks he has left? He only has 5 tanks left, compared to Kuna Matata's 1 tank only. Actually, he's actually gonna go ahead and just get Marine Marauder. He's stopping tank production, getting Liberator, Vikings, and Ravens. So he's gonna definitely need to clean this army up with the Marauders and Marines he has. And so far he is cleaning up all them. Oh, nice. Using that Raven spell to deactivate all these mechanical units, and he is taking.
Has arrived.
Oh, actually we have a. Oh, sorry about that. I think that was a Streamlab from the PsiX main channel, but anyhow, Kumatata does a great job cleaning up the mech army there, and will take the first game for PsiX. All right, so Scythe and PsiX will be sending out their second player, and the map will be on Acid Plant. I turned up the Streamlabs, and for some reason it's still playing. Okay, actually, oh, it's invisible, so that's why. You can still hear it. Alright, so let me go ahead and... actually, I'll just leave it. Alright. Looks like Daunted, PsiX Daunted is in the chat channel. Welcome, Daunted. Rooting for Kuna Matata there. Also, we have a few viewers as well. Actually, let me go ahead and inform them to make WCS mod. Because the WCS mod is so useful in terms of for the viewers and also for the casters. So yeah, well done by Kuna Matata. He is also the lead for PsiX today for this match against Scythe. Looks like Certos wasn't able to make it, so he couldn't be able to lead for Scythe. So it looks like Daydreamer has taken on that role and will be leading Scythe. Alright, looks like Daydreamer is gonna request for a central server. Alright, so yeah, we have a few viewers in the stream. We have Dankshrine, we have Electrical Skateboard, Matmon Gaming, Number Pigeon, that's a funny one, Faith, Daunted, and Sissy Yip. That is usually a cheer, so it looks like there's a lot of activity in the main PsiX channel there. If you hear all those little Streamlab noises, that's from the main channel. We're actually casting from the second channel, so I have my OBS set up so that, you know, I have the PsiX Streamlab. So I try to disable it, but this only removes the visibility of it, but not the actual like sound and notification. So just ignore that, you know. All right, so let's see, who is the next player? Oh, actually, I think wondering just who's making map, because it looks like both players are present, so they should be able to start this game up. Anyhow, in the meantime, while we wait for the guys to make the map in the next game, just want to welcome you to the stream. Feel free to follow us on our PsiX main channel, as well as this second channel. We have a bunch of events every week. Usually a couple events per week, and yeah, we have things like clan wars to team league matches to show matches to maybe to also in-house tournament. So yeah, feel free to follow us, as well as our social media pages, which you can see down below. Our YouTube, which we upload all our VODs to, as well as our Twitter and Facebook. All right, so finally, Daydreamer is finally gonna go ahead and make the lobby. Both players are present, so we should be able to get this game pretty soon. All right, we got invite someone you want. All good, all good. All right, so both players are ready to go, and here we go. Countdown has begun. So here we go into our second map. Again, PsiX is leading currently 1-0. First team to get 3 wins win the match for today, the ATL match for today. This is week 1, and we have a total of 9 weeks. There's only one group because there's only I think 9 teams or something like that signed up. So all right, so let's go ahead and introduce our players. In the bottom right, we have our TL Protoss representing Team Scyth. It is none other than Daydreamer. Don't daydream too much, because in the top left we have the Red Zerg representing Team PsiX. It is none other than Jardozer. So Jardozer actually, before the ATL match, actually played a best of 9 show match for a $50 prize pool in our PsiX Pro series, where it is sponsored by Africa TV. So basically, 2 GM level players, you know, battle out for a best of 9 for a $50 prize. Usually it's split like maybe like 40-10, because we don't want this the runner up to go empty-handed. You know, they spent they played the game, so they should at least deserve something, you know, to go home with. But Jardozer did play. I think it started at like 2 p.m. Eastern time. This ATL match started at 4 p.m. Eastern time, and I think from his match history, I'm assuming he did win 5-4. So congrats to Jardozer for winning the PsiX Pro Series this week against who was his opponent again? I think it was Route. Yeah, it was Route. Jardozer versus Route. Alright, so now back into this game. It looks like Jardozer are going to go ahead and take the fast third. So he is going to go ahead looking to get into the mid to late game here. Unless he's actually going to plan to go for some type of Ling all-in or Bing bust or something. Because, you know, with 3 hatches, you definitely have the larva to produce a lot of units. So far, looks like all indication looks to be just a standard macro game here. Daydreamer gonna go ahead, open the pretty stand himself. Gonna actually throw down a Stargate, so he's going for a Stargate, tuck really nicely in the back, but it looks like Jardoza will be able to scout this and prepare in time. This is pretty well scouted in terms of the timing, because this gives him plenty of time to actually react. And looks like the first adept will be scouting for Daydreamer here. And let's see if he actually goes ahead and finishes. But I think with these links, he should, yeah, he will cancel that clone shade. Second adept will be joining up with the first adept here. And usually, you know, you want to, you know, harass with the adepts to actually distract the Zerg from getting actually spore crawlers or actually defenses against that Oracle that's about to pop out. Oh no, actually it's a Phoenix actually. Might actually get the Oracle after the Overlord is killed. Okay, so okay, that Adept does survive, and yep, that Oracle is going to get started, and a second Stargate here. So he is going for a air toss based army here, and I don't know about this in this map. Is it actually really good to do that? I mean, the bases I feel like are hard to defend, especially the third and fourth, like from each other, but he might be able to make it work. We shall see. I expect the fleet beacon to be thrown down in the near future. But Jardoza does have the Overlord speed, so he will be able to maybe scout this. This Phoenix is gonna have to get some clutch hit, but it looks like, I think, yep, Jardoza will be able to scout this. He's gonna definitely see all the Oracle production from the Stargate. And immediately Jardoza throwing down additional Spore Crawlers. Gonna be extra safe. So 2 Spore Crawlers in each base. And that was definitely a great scout by Jardoza here. Although he is lacking on the ground army, he does not have anything to defend against these Zealots as well as these Adepts. Only Queens currently, and this might actually turn a little bit ugly because yes, nothing to defend against these drones. Not actually electing to move these drones away. Nothing done on the dirt, but these Adepts getting a lot done at the natural, getting 6 drones here. Now Jardoza is still pretty good or healthy in terms of harvester count, 50 to 47, so he can, I think he still be in a pretty good shape. Daydreamer in the meantime gonna go ahead and get down that dirt while with a distraction, but there's a bunch of links streaming across the map. Now, now Baneling Nest is done, so he can actually morph these links into Banelings and bust through, but so far he's just gonna go ahead and just try to harass the third, but it looks like the Oracle's gonna scare him back a little bit. Jardoza gonna go ahead and get the Hydras as the counter against these air, and it's gonna be one of those type of scenarios where it's just gonna be Hydra versus mass Oracle. Except he's actually started to stop the Oracle production, looking to transition into Charge-Lot and Robo here. Interesting, because I don't know if you remember, but back in the old, I guess, I don't know, maybe pre-patch 4.0 around, or at least post a little bit post-patch 4.0, or actually just before the Oracle nerf, you know, Protoss will just get mass Oracle off of like 3 Stargates, and they can, you know, it was like a hit and miss. I think it's either you get killed by the Hydras or you kill. Oh, actually no cancel there. A little bit of mistake by Jardoza there. But anyhow, the Protoss will just mass Stargates and just overwhelm even the mass Hydra army, and then they will just transition to like carriers or something. Oh, a little bit of a Miss Micro there by Jardoza, losing all his links to those Zealots, and suddenly Jardoza looking to be in a pretty not great position, as his fourth is cancelled. Fourth has yet to be retaken, and he lost his lings as well. So now he just got Hydras, and those charge without any ling or bailing can get on top of the Hydras, and then also the Oracle will come in as well to help reinforce and clean up the Hydras. In response, Daydream is going to go ahead and transition into a Templar Archive, which is pretty good call by him, because Storm against Hydras is pretty good. Ooh, nice Stasis Ward here. So this third, I think, yeah, it's looking like I think he should be okay. Unless he actually gets some, unless Jardoza gets some great bailing hits, I don't actually see this working here. We shall see. It looks like ooh, only one ling on that. No, actually 3 lings on that Stasis Ward. So pretty good so far for Jardoza here. Now these Banelings gonna go ahead and clump up on those charge lot. Those charge lot are may want to actually split. Oh, and all of a sudden, I think the swarm is real, guys. Jardoza is gonna go ahead and take this second game, putting up PsiX up 2-0. And man, if Daydreamer had just a little bit of time. Oh wait, actually, did I actually change overlay here? Oh wait, no, sorry guys, I did not change overlay. Oh boy, hashtag fail. I'm so sorry, guys. I'll remember to change the overlay for this next match. And this is the problem with the 2-minute delay, which, you know, I get is required. Like, I get why we need a 2-minute delay, but with the 2-minute delay, you know, people can't inform you that your overlay hasn't been changed. Oh wait, did I? I don't know. Maybe I'm just tripping. But anyhow, Jardoza will be taking game 2, putting PsiX up 2-0, and we'll be needing just one more. Scyth gonna go ahead and try to get some games under the belt to actually tie it up and send it to an ace match, which is their best hope right now. Okay, I'm looking back at the stream. Yep, I have the overlay. Did not change. That's my apologies, guys. This is like caster newbie mistake. Ah, Faith, sorry, I didn't. I actually have you messaged me in Discord, but I actually have my Discord and set as do not disturb, so I didn't actually get that. All right, so okay, it looks like the Scythe's third player is not here. They're asking if they can choose another player. That's going to be up to Kuna Matata. Oops, sorry. Alright, so we're just gonna wait for Akuna Matata to decide whether to allow them to choose another player for their third match. And man, that sucks, because you know, you set up a match, you schedule a match, you let your players know that today at 4 p.m. Eastern time there's gonna be a match, and you're in the lineup, and your guy is missing in action, and puts the lead in such a tough position. Alright, so Kunamatata not sure exactly about the rules about replacements, so he's gonna go ahead and take a look. Now again, PsiX is up 2-0, so if the rule states that replacements are not allowed, or if the rule states that you have to concede the loss with if the players is a no-show, then Psionic after that will be winning 3-0. If the rule states that they can allow replacements, then Scyth will be able to play their fourth player as their third match, and hopefully oh wait, actually, what happens if if they win the third match, then would they use the same guy as the fourth match? I wonder. I'm not too familiar with that rules on that, so we'll see. We'll wait on Kun Matata and see what happens. Faith says in the clan chat, "Don't worry, happens to the best of us." Yep. So many times we forget the overlays. I usually just rely on the clan chat to remind me of the overlay switching, so because you know, I don't want to be disturbed by the Discord notification, you know, sound while casting, or else the viewers will hear that too. So I usually have it silent on do not disturb, so I just mainly use the clan chat too, or you could just message me in game as well. So all right, so as we wait for, I'm just gonna get the sip of this nice refreshing water. H2O. All right, so Kunamata says, just copy and paste from the rules. If a team missing at least 2 players or uses an undeclared player in the match, it receives a technical loss. Okay, so that still doesn't explain that, I don't think, because Scythe is not missing 2 players, and their fourth player is not undeclared or anything. So I'm just gonna go suggest that they ask the admin in the ATL server. All right, so sorry about this. Just trying to sort this thing out. Looks like people are not familiar on the rules involving replacements. All right, is Kunamatata actually in the ATL? Okay, he is. I'm just wondering if they win the third match, will they be able to use the same person for their fourth match, or they could just use a new player for their fourth match, which we shall see in just a sec. Oh, okay. So Kuna did ask the admin. We are playing Scythe, and one of their players in the lineup can't make it, or just can't play or make it. What's the rule according to that? And Johnny, one of the admins, says if he does not show up in 10 minutes, he will be considered defeated. So so I guess that would be a 3-0. Gemini asking if PsiX, they want to allow a replacement. So we'll see if Kuna can ask the admin and see if they can replace it. All right, Still Fly finally found the second Psionic Aftermath channel. You came in a little bit late there, because we might actually end the end the match pretty soon, unless the rule states that you can allow replacement. Looks like Kuna Matata is gonna go ahead and allow the replacement. So actually, we might be actually getting the fourth game here on the way pretty soon. Oh no, actually the third game pretty soon. Currently the score is 2-0. And it looks like currently 8 people in the stream channel. So welcome all. And sorry about this little bit of a delay here, as trying to sort out this little rule thing. And it looks like it looks like we will be getting our third match pretty soon here. And what's the third map? It's going to be on Catalyst. So Catalyst will be on our next match, or map rather. All right, so it's gonna be Gemini replacing the third player, which was gonna be Gaucher, yeah, Goucher. I don't know, Gaucher, Goucher. By the way, this is a pretty crazy day this Saturday, because at least in Psionic Aftermath, because I think we have our busiest day today we ever had in the PsiX history. We have 6 events going on today, which is pretty crazy. Like usually 3 events in a single day is like considered a lot in my book, but to have 6 events, that's a pretty busy day, I would say. All right, looks like both players are finally in the lobby. And just confirming if everybody is ready. Looks like Gemini is ready. I am ready. Everybody's ready. Feel like Oprah Winfrey, you know, you get a car. You get a car. Everybody gets a car. Alright, guys, this time I'm not forgetting to switch the overlay. I'm pressing the overlay hotkey multiple times. Alright, let's go ahead and update the score. Best of 5. 2-0. Alright, here, finally in our third game here. At the bottom right, we have our Teal Protoss representing Psionic Aftermath. Oh no, not Psionic Aftermath. My mistake. Representing a Team Scythe, it is none other than Gemini. And at the top left, we have representing a Psionic Aftermath. It is the blue Protoss. It is Jetrix. Now, I have followed Gemini in the past before in terms of his Reddit posts. He has a bunch of Reddit posts with build orders, build of the week, and he's very active on there. Helps people when they have questions, so very active. Unless I'm getting the wrong Gemini. I'm thinking it's the same Gemini. It might be a different Gemini, but I'm guessing it's just the same one. And yeah, he's a Protoss player, so he helps a lot of Protoss player with the build orders recommendation, explaining those build orders in details, allowing people to follow them. So pretty cool of him to do so. Alright, looks like both players are pretty much opening identical builds, except Jetrix is actually got the pylon at the low ground. I hope that doesn't actually block the Nexus. That would suck really bad if it blocks the Nexus. Oh, interesting. Both players did not elect to go for double Adepts or double Stalkers. Instead, they're going for a Stalker and Sentry. So it looks like both players are gonna go ahead and nice block there by Gemini. So he is gonna go delay that for just a sec. But it looks like what happened to Jetrix actually gonna go ahead and alright, let's see. The moment of truth. Does this actually block the Nexus? Oh, okay, just right. So well done. It looks like Jetrix knows his pylon placement there. Jetrix is going to go ahead and go for the scout. We'll see that there is a Nexus, so pretty much identical build from both players, except Gemini going for a Stargate build, while Jetrix is just getting a shield battery and Robo right there in the back, right there. So just build order wise from the start, I would say this actually favors Gemini, because generally Stargate build does counter Robo builds. And yeah, it's look like Jetrix not even getting a Twilight Council yet, so he is gonna be. Oh no, actually he does. No, he gets a Forge instead of a Twilight Council, so he's gonna be very delayed in terms of his blink. And a Phoenix production already started for Gemini. And where is that scout? Okay, that scout does finally come in. We'll see that it's Phoenix, and immediately will be throwing down his Twilight Council. Oh, actually, he threw that already down there. So we'll see how Jetrix counters this, because Phoenix can snowball really quickly. We all know in PvP, in Phoenix battle, if you have like just one Phoenix advantage, that can pretty much win you the Phoenix battle outright. But Phoenix against no Phoenix and just free probes to kill, that can actually snowball really quickly. Now Jetrix will have to position his Stalkers in his bases at least, like correctly in terms of balance wise, because if you have just two little Stalkers, or you split it incorrectly, then the Phoenix will be able to just go in and kill some probes and just fly out. Gemini gonna go ahead and send 2 adepts. Will it let it finish? And it does let it finish. And he will be getting 2 probes so far. 6 going down actually. Wow. Oh, actually the Phoenix did get some kills in the main as well. So nicely done there. But ooh, does lose his Phoenix there. So it's trading a Phoenix for a Sentry. I'm not sure if that's worth it, but I guess you can afford to lose some Phoenix. Alright, so far it looks like the Phoenix not actually continuing. He's actually going to stop at 4 Phoenixes and start transitioning into Twilight himself. And oh boy, he is going to go ahead and throw down a bunch of gateways. He's not going to go ahead and go for the third Nexus, so he is going to probably go for a charge Immortal and use the Phoenix to lift up the Immortals, or actually lift up the the Stalkers of Jetorix. Jetorix has not made Immortals yet, so he's just going to get Stalkers, and Charge Zealot is really good against Blink Stalkers, as well as Immortal, of course. They're the direct counter to the Stalkers. So yes, Jetorix did get the third base extremely quickly compared to Gemini, but Gemini's army composition is going to be really strong against what Jetorix has. Unless he actually start transitioning out of Blink Stalkers and start incorporating like maybe Charge out himself or some Immortals or something beside these Stalkers. Okay, looks like Jetorix is gonna go get his Templar Archive. So is his charge done? Nope, charge is not done, or not researching at the very least. So Jetorix is gonna just rely on maybe Archons and Blink Stalkers, which still not the greatest against charge lot. Oh, actually picking up these Phoenix will be really good. That means during the fight he will have less pickups or lift up. So that actually turned out pretty well. And also he whittled it down to only 1 Phoenix, so he can't really at least when you have 2 Phoenix you can actually start killing something. Like 1 Phoenix lift and the other shoots. But with only 1 Phoenix, you can't really do much with that. You can only lift. All you can do is just like patrol it to scout. Oh boy, we might actually have another awkward encounter where it's just, will he actually recall this? It looks like he's gonna sack it and just go for the kill here. So he's gonna go ahead and trade a base for a base, but little does he know that there is another base for Jetorix there. And looks like we have one of those crazy base trades. Actually, want to evacuate the probes. That's a lot of probes going down, but there's going to be a lot of probes going down for Jetorix himself. But these charge lot is going to be able to clean up all these Stalkers. And what does Jetorix have at home? He only has a bunch of Zealots. Oh my god, they don't even have charge. Charge is not finished. It's only 75% done. And this army from Genmite is just gonna be so strong. There's 3 Immortals and the War Prism Micro as well. Phoenix can also lift the Immortal as well. And oh man, I think Jetorix might have made a mistake. He should have just maybe recalled and tried to defend. I think if he had the Stalkers, he might have been able to defend against this, but there's just too much for Gemini, and Gemini is gonna go ahead and War Prism his Immortal, and yep, Gemini takes the third game and will be able to give Scyth their first point on the scoreboard. Current score is 2-1, still in favor of PsiX, but looks like Scyth is going to go ahead and start the comeback here. And we will be heading into our 4th game right now, and it will be on none other than Eastwatch. Alright, so looks like Scyth is gonna go ahead and start their comeback. We'll see if they can tie it up 2-2, send it to the ace match, which would be pretty exciting. By the way, I forgot to mention earlier, Scyth and PsiX did actually play a friendly clan war, I think last week or earlier in the week, and Scyth did win 4-3, so it was also a pretty close match there. So we might actually see another close one this upcoming in this series. So just gonna go ahead and wait for the guys to actually create the map. Alright, so let's see what matchup this is. Groovy Man, I believe, is a Protoss, so it's going to be a PVZ, I believe. We did have a PVZ earlier in the series. It was the second match, which was between Jardozer and Daydreamer. Alright, so everyone except Groovy Man is in the lobby. So let's see if Groovy Man is actually gonna come in pretty soon or not. Alright, as we wait for Groovy Man to come, currently score is 2-1. So still match point for Psionic Aftermath. Scythe looking to tie up the series send it to the ace match, which would be a pretty sick ace match, because I'm guessing, I mean, just like, you know, my personal guess of who each team would send out would actually turn out to be a pretty good match, I think. Pretty good game. Let's see, is Groovy Man around? Oh right, Groovy Man was earlier here in the chat, and he just like he thought that we were gonna give them get the walkover win with the third match, so you know it would have been 3-0. And so he probably thought the series was over and just like went back to sleep, because he probably woke up early just to play the match, but did not expect to play it as he thought the series was already over. That would be pretty funny if that happens. And that would be actually I think in what Kuna Matata was saying earlier in the well, actually never mind. I think Scythe will probably try to find another reinforcement maybe, or I guess they're trying to reach Groovy Man. I mean, they have 10 minutes. Oh no, Daydreamer did confirm that he thought that we weren't gonna let them get a replacement, so it looks like they're gonna have to concede the 4th match. All right, there we have it, guys. Looks like Psionic Aftermath will win it 3-1 with the 4th match being a technical loss on Scythe's part. So a little bit anticlimactic there, but at least we get 3 games in. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the 3 games. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. Week 2 will be happening next week, of course. And hope you guys tune in for that as well. So I guess for the meantime, I'll see you guys next time. Signing out. Wow.